What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to a new episode of Transcending Culture. I am one third of your host, James. Cat Queen is going to be popping in any second. For now, it is just me. I'm happy to be here with you guys. Between Cat and I, we're going to be talking a whole lot about all this Diddy stuff that's going on. We had kind of put it down for a minute, but there's so much stuff that's been going on over the last week or two. And of course, we didn't do trending topics last week, so we are going to get into it. Kat has a lot of information. We actually have court documents from one of the recent lawsuits that we may talk a little bit about that. But it's a lot going on. Plus, we got a special guest in the studio with us tonight. Really dope guy. We are all about, well, you guys know who I am and what we do really as a brand. So we really are about promoting the talent and the people here in the city of Cleveland who have a number of things going on. Let's see. Okay, I see Tiffany. I see Tiff is actually in the comments. So what's up, Tiff? Like I said, it's a lot going on. We like to really promote people who are here in the city and who have some amazing things happening. And I'm actually going to be working with their team and actually doing some other things that we will make mention of kind of as we go on throughout the coming weeks and the coming months. But nevertheless, I want to go ahead and introduce this guy in. Like I said, really dope guy. He has an amazing brand, amazing fashion line, and he just has a lot of stuff happening. So help me welcome in Mr. Fake Love. What's up, man?
Yeah, how y'all doing?
Listen,
yeah, a couple people might know me as Pooh, but now I'm going as a name.
Listen, man, the first things first, and I know we talked a little bit before we came on, but I really just want to say thank you.
No, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity of you having me.
No, it's really cool, man. Like, I've been doing media for a long time, and it's really dope. Not just doing this podcast, but actually running the podcast network and different people on here, or having different people here who are doing their podcast. Really, really dope. It's a good experience. I like doing this media stuff and bringing people on and helping people promote their brand. So it's really cool to have you here. It is 8 p.m. So, I mean, you could be doing a whole lot else, than sitting here on the computer with us, man. So I really, really appreciate it. My co-host, like I said, she's going to be popping in any minute. But first and foremost, before we really dive deep in, kind of let everybody know who you are and how you got here.
Yeah, well, shout out my boy Banshee. He the reason I got here. I'm a black owner of a clothing line called Fake Love 216. Y'all can find me on all social media platforms, Facebook, X, and Instagram. That's my main platform.
Okay. So your clothing line, when did you get started, and what was it that made you want to get into having a clothing line?
Well, I always been into the clothing line. I mean, the clothing business. I used to make custom T-shirts, RP shirts, and then my brother Ty, he was always pushing that on me. And then I got shot in 2017, so that just made me come up with the clothing line called Fake Love, and I've been had it ever since then.
Okay, so fake love. Like, I know you said you got shot in 2017, but where does that title come from? Like, what's really the significance behind it?
I mean, it's just come from an everyday lifestyle. Like, everybody in the world, they really experience that daily. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own, opinion about fake love and how they deal with it, from family to friends, people they work with. So I just came up with that name from my own experiments in life and my life obstacles.
Okay. Now, help me welcome my co-host in. This is Cat Queen.
Hey, Cat Queen.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Meet you too.
I wanted to ask you a question too. What are some trends in fashion that you notice right now?
The oversized clothes. That's what I want to get into. The oversized clothes. I feel that fit my brand perfectly.
Yes, the oversized clothing is coming back. I feel like everything. I remember my mom once telling me, like, if you live on this earth long enough, everything will be recycled. So like I think the 2000s style, the 90s, everything is coming back, and I love that because I love a good oversized, little Aaliyah outfit. I got my little thug outfit tonight, so I'm definitely here for it.
Yeah, it's like the most comfortable clothes is coming back, and that's the turn that my brand taking a toll on. Like they'll see that next week, like when my new jogging suits come in, they'll see like how they built in, how they oversized. Like, you know, the most of the bell bottoms coming back, the stack jeans, like, you know what I'm saying, that type of
Mm-hmm.
area.
Yes, definitely. I love bell bottoms, stack jeans. I used to wear bell bottoms with little flowers in my hair when I was a little girl because I thought I was a hippie. So I definitely love to see those trends. So what do you say to somebody that's trying to update their style, or where should they look to kind of figure out what are the new trends?
I'll say into the rappers.
Mhm.
Females and the male artists, I'll say the rappers. The rappers, they keep you really updated on the fashion. And
Mhm.
and if they really Kanye West for real, Kanye West, I'll say him too. Kanye West, he got a nice little brand and thing what he be doing with his clothes.
Wow, yes. I think Kanye could definitely say Sway did have the answers for him.
Yeah,
Because he had to go into business for himself. And we see that, when we're creating our own brand, we become the trend. So, yes, definitely with Kanye. And so what do you think about a lot of the new luxury brands trying to come into and work with all the hip hop artists that they didn't want to work with before?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about that? Do you think that that's kind of funny, or
No, I know that's
how?
true. I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, they just want to, in my opinion, I think they just want to take our styles and make money off. You know what I'm saying? What we got going on. You see the situation Kanye got with Adidas got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. They'll definitely take your ideas, and they tried to steal from him, really. Um, you know.
Like, what do
Uh,
you think? Like, what do you think that Kanye could have done differently, like in that deal, or do you feel like he really could have did anything different? Like, was this inevitable that it was just going to happen like this?
No, I feel like Kanye should just went independent with that clothing line because like the shoes of his style, like he had Kim Kardashian, you know what I'm saying, them back them. So I think Kanye should have just went independent instead of even messing with Adidas. Period. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think I agree with what you're saying. Like, I think he's a genius when it comes to that. I mean, obviously he's a genius with music, but when it comes to like fashion, like you saw like the true passion that he had, within the fashion industry and with his clothing line and all of the stuff that he was doing. So I feel
Yeah,
like
I
he,
see like Balenciaga, they like way not to be putting them out there like that, but Balenciaga, I think they steal a lot of Ye stuff too, like his
yeah,
style and like how his oversized clothes make. They make a lot of leather clothes and his styles of shoes. They just redid them like what Ye did.
yeah. No, I agree with that. I think he could have did a lot better, had he been on his own. But I'm quite sure that I would imagine that he was looking at, obviously the money that he was going to get from, pairing with Adidas.
Yeah, true.
So like where do you feel like you really want to go with your clothing line? Like I know you talked about the oversized clothing and whatnot, but where do you feel like you want to go like in terms of direction and how you
I
feel it's gonna
I
be?
want to open up. I want to open up a few stores. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the malls, like I just want to open up a few stores, and I want to grow more into like the female clothing. That's what I really want to get into, like purses and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's my main goal, like to grow and give me a few stores.
No, I
That's
think that's pretty dope though. I mean it's something good to strive for.
And then I also like I want to open up like a mini mall for local, you know what I'm saying, artists that's coming up in the clothing industry in Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? So we need to open up like a little place where they can put their clothes in. We can all just work as a group. That's my main ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying, to help the upcoming youth, you know what I'm saying, so they don't gotta struggle and look around so it can all be fair. You know what I'm saying? I got the brand, I'm pushing it. They can come into my mall, rent out a store, and then we all, you know what I'm saying, go from there. And I can
Like
help them grow.
what do you feel has been what would you say has been like the most difficult part about you, obviously launching this clothing line and then keeping it going, keeping it running?
Finding a solid team. Finding a solid team. That's the most thing that I feel like my difficulty is falling. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people that I come inside my team, except for Benji, like they'll come make the money and then they're veer off. You know what I'm saying? So they'll
Yeah,
just leave. You know what I'm saying? They don't
yeah.
want to keep chasing the goal. They feel like they made enough income so they can go start something else. So finding a solid team, that's my biggest thing.
I have a lot of those same issues. I mean, to be honest, I think anybody in entrepreneurship, like that's one of their biggest, battles, biggest issues is finding the right team. Because I mean, as you know, like everybody does not have like the same level of passion. I mean, everybody's not passionate about it at all, and many people come into it with ulterior motives, like when they connect with you and whatnot. And just like you said, a lot of them they come and they make the money and then they leave.
Yeah, that's been the hardest thing for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta find me a good promotion team, and like how y'all do got this radio station. So hopefully we can stay in contact and do good business together.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing is that Banshee and I have been talking, so there's actually some stuff in the works, like in terms of that, and just really, ironing out what each person is doing and that sort of thing. But some of that is in the works, so that's cool that you mentioned that because that is something that we talking about working on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you want to jump in, Kat? Or you?
So what are some opportunities for some fashion designers in Cleveland?
What you mean? Like, what's the you said like what's some opportunity?
Some opportunities for different fashion designers in Cleveland. I know that they have some different fashion shows. Some people sell their stuff in shops. What is the fashion scene looking like in the city?
Oh, it's great right now. It's a couple of clothing lines that's actually doing good. Like it be pop up shops here and there you can find through the Cleveland Remembrance page. But yeah, the fashion scene here. The
Mm.
fashion scene here, like you want to find some pop up shops. I say click on the Cleveland Remembrance page, see what they got going on, and basically that's it for real.
So what do you do to set yourself apart from the other designers?
I make my own designs. I'm just organic with everything I do. I make my own design. Like I don't go looking for nobody else. Like I'm just a genuine person, so I make my own designs. I might go look at somebody's stuff and be like, all right, I'm gonna go do this or I'm gonna go design this. So and then I help a lot of people from the city too with their clothing lines. I ain't not keeping the game for nobody or none of that.
Like, what is the
Where
process? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kat.
Oh, I was gonna say, where do you get your inspiration from?
Uh, I don't know. I just always been into fashion though. I just always like the clothes like my whole life. Like I just always like the clothes. Like and polo. That's probably a good information. I like the day clothes. And then Jay-Z with the rocket wear. So that was like a good information for me. You know what I'm saying on the inspiration side.
You said Rockaware?
Yeah. Like when Jay Z made his clothing line,
Listen.
like he would like rocket wear. Like Jay Z made his clothing line, was just selling off so much. So I'm like, oh, that's a black man made his own thing. Like that's the first guy that I knew that was black. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just follow what Jay Z did, like independent for real.
Listen, I stay with me some Rockaware. I might got a Rockaware shirt off. Listen, I get down, baby.
So she get down.
Listen, I love the the clothes that I grew up with, the brands that I know and I love. So I still have pieces like this shirt might be from high school. Like I keep stuff that I really really like and is really good quality. I think that some of the fashion that's out now that people order on Amazon or something, you'll watch that thing one time and it'll peel up and it'll be all messed up. So definitely I love brands with some quality. I took a look at some of your clothing and it looks really, really nice. So how can people purchase from you? How can they look at your clothing and support you?
But right now they can find me on my main thing, my main how I get the traction is Instagram and it's fake love 216 with one underscore, and that's how y'all can purchase anything. I'm working on my website. I'm redoing it right now. So once I put that up, everybody can find a link to that.
Okay, because I know everybody excited to find some pieces. We love some joggers.
Yeah.
We love a good jogger. So definitely make sure our transcenders, you go look him up on Instagram and definitely support. Get you some nice outfits. Summertime, spring coming up. You don't need to be pulling out them outfits that you packed up. Going to buy you something new.
Yeah, I know that's right. Yeah, I will have women swimsuits this summer too for the ladies that's listening.
Ooh. They call me a little mermaid, so Mama definitely have to check that out.
Listen, Cat be on them swimsuits, so you might have something for her.
Listen, love them, love them. I stay up in the water, baby, in the deep end.
I can't do it.
I'm gonna let you go, James. I'm done. I'm done being crazy.
No, no, it's all cool. No, I think this has been really dope. Like, where do you feel like I was gonna say within the next year, but I would say like in the next few years, like what kind of a vision do you have, like in terms of where you want your fashion line to be?
Oh, I think in the next few years, I probably in the next year I'll have everything put together. I'll have shoes, jeans, and belts, and you know what I'm saying, and accessories too, like jewelry. You know what I'm saying. I'm already working on cups and handbags again right now. So in the next year or two, I feel like I reached my goal in the clothing fashion, like, and it can continue on because fashion it really don't die as long as you stay on top of it.
Right. No, I think that's really dope. Like when you think back to, and not that it was necessarily that long ago, but like when you think back to your childhood, like did you have thoughts of being in the fashion industry and that type of thing?
No, I wanted to be a rapper for real. Back when I was
Okay.
in childhood, I wanted to be a rapper. Like this clothes, it's just like when I had the time of sitting down after me getting shot, I just thought about it, like, and I just took it a chance with that. Like with my rap career, like I just wear my own clothing line. So, and then I had met this lady. She had bought a shirt from me for $20. So I'm like, all right, if she can buy it, I can just keep going. So I just kept pushing and keep going. Like it's some hard times through it though. I done lost money and gained some money at the same time with the, but I feel like I've mastered it now, so I know I just got to keep up on the fashion and
Right.
keep pushing.
Do you remember or recall the moment that you sold your first item?
No, not really. But I can tell you, like in 2019, that was like my biggest. I had these tracksuits. I had made a new logo. It was just FL, and they had fake love under there. In 2019, that was probably the greatest one I had, like
Okay.
with the tracksuits. Like I had the whole city wearing them. Like that was probably my best run in 2019.
That's pretty dope. Like I'm happy that we got to connect with you and like really hear about your fashion. And it's crazy because Banshee has talked about it, but it just because we've talked about so much stuff that it just has kind of just been like simple conversation, but we never went into like really any detail. I will tell you that when we had this meeting probably about 3 to 4 weeks ago, I saw the logo and I'm like, damn, I need that logo, man. Like I like that logo. So I do like what you have.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? After you just give me your size, and you know what I'm saying? Just DM me on the ground. I mean, I'm a DM you so I can get your size and I can get both of you and your cars or t-shirts, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just
I
be
need
on
to
the shop.
so where can you said your website is under construction right now?
Yeah, my website under construction. But anything that they see, I really sell off Instagram. That's the main because Instagram got the most traction for my business. You know what I'm saying? I got like 9K followers. So I've been selling off Instagram for the last what I started in 2007, 17. So it's been like 7 years I've been on Instagram. So that's really why my traction come. It come from Facebook sometimes, but I really don't check. I don't really check on my Facebook messages. So I really just prefer everybody to the Instagram.
No, that's pretty dope. I actually just followed you from I got a couple accounts. So I just actually just followed you on there. So your Instagram fake love 216 underscore, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then where else can they check you out at outside of your website?
They can check me out on. I think you can find me on Facebook too. It's the same name, Fake Love 216 on Facebook. They can find me under there too.
Okay. Any Twitter or X?
No,
Okay.
that's my personal. This is just my personal accounts. I don't got no Twitter or X. But I know Facebook and Instagram are the main traction. So you know what I'm saying. The Facebook for the older crowd, and then the young crowd they really be on Instagram.
Don't say that, man. Don't say that for the older crowd. Don't do that, man.
I told you, James.
Don't do that. Don't do that, man.
No, look, cause I like I was just in the thing right now. And lady said, "Where can I find your clothes at?" I hit her with the Instagram. She like, "You don't got Facebook for the older people?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I be forgetting." Like I like, "Oh yeah, I do got Facebook," but it just automatically clicked to my head. Like I just refer you to Instagram, but I think everybody in the world got Instagram, but they really
I'm
don't.
trying to figure out why you putting us out there like that, man. Like it's just for the old people.
Well, I mean, I'm 32 years old, so I mean,
I'm to be 47. So what?
Oh yeah, see, yeah,
You said, "Oh shit, yeah."
you're older crowd.
You got a Facebook, my G.
Nah, it's cool. Nah, I definitely appreciate you coming on, man. Like, When will your website be back up?
Hopefully next Friday.
Okay.
Next.
Okay, I got you. What's the one thing you wanted to get out there with the conversation tonight?
I just want to shout out my boy Banshee, and I just want everybody to be on the lookout of my new clothing, the new clothing that I got coming out on the oversized, and I just appreciate y'all having me. You know what I'm saying? It was a gift from God for real.
For sure, man. It's definitely going to be a lot more. We're rescheduling the entertainment club, so I mean, obviously we're going to do that, but it'll be a lot more that we do too. I think it's cool that we connected, and we'll do everything on our end to make sure that we're pushing you and promoting you and letting people see, what you got going on, and maybe, at some point we could run some contests and stuff like that because we usually do contests every month and give away like merchandise and all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah, I'm down for that too. Yeah, I'm down to work with that too.
Okay. So, any final words before we let you go, man?
No, I hope everybody. I want to just tell y'all again what the social media is for my Instagram. It's fake love 216. You will see it up there with a little red heart on there. So I hope everybody tune in and check me out. Good quality clothes, and I'm fair with the prices.
Listen, man, we both appreciate you, man, and we'll definitely do this again. But then we're rescheduling the entertainment plug, so that should be in the next few weeks.
Okay, thank you all.
All right. Then. What's up, Cat?
Hey, what's up?
What's up? What up, gangsta?
What up, gangsta? Yeah, I'm incognito today. So.
Oh Lord. So what else? Before we get into anything else, what else has been going on with you? Sunshine, you got a podcast coming very soon.
I know. My show will be coming soon. I'll be posting some content. I'm definitely going to be talking about one of the biggest stories that we're going to get into later about Diddy. I'm going to do kind of breakdown video because I know everybody is not always up to date on what is happening, what are the charges, who are the accusers and things. I got you on Diddy Watch, so definitely follow me at Cat Queen on all platforms, and I'm gonna get you caught up on everything. I wanted to say that April is Autism Awareness Month. And so you guys know that my daughter has autism. She is nonverbal. And yesterday was actually Autism Awareness Day. So make sure you guys, just be aware of, there are autistic children, there are autistic adults. And sometimes you may see someone doing something strange, or you may see someone older enjoying something, that may be meant for younger people, but have compassion, be kind, be aware that, not everybody is like you. They may not be typical, or they may do something strange or different, but just be aware, love on them, be kind, be patient, because autism is on the rise amongst children and the birth rates. So you don't ever know, you could be judging somebody's child and you could have an autistic child, and this is, it's becoming a lot more prevalent in our community. So I definitely just wanted to touch on that because, your girl's going through it, baby. Right now it's just a time where, I know all us parents is gearing to be the end of the year. Summer's coming. The kids, it's my daughter's on spring break right now. The kids are stir crazy. So shout out to all the parents that are, in the house with their kids on spring break. They eating us out of house and home, y'all. Uh, so yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because just throughout April, there's a lot of events, and there's a lot of charities that you can give to. If anybody wants to give to the Autism Society, you can definitely look that out. And they definitely have the Autism Society of Greater Akron if you wanted to donate for research purposes. And then this year they're going to be doing a 5K, I think it's September. So if you run races or do 5Ks, you might want to join in for the autism awareness, and show some love to autism parent and you guys little cousin Michaela, because we love all of our kiddos no matter what they got going on.
We should do that. We should do that 5K.
I've been wanting to do it every year. I've
Yeah.
been wanting to do it every year, and I just have to commit to it because you have to get
Absolutely.
sponsors. You
Yeah.
have to have raised so much money to even do it. But
Oh,
I definitely want to, especially with me trying to get back into the fitness. How
like
how's your fitness journey going?
good and bad. Um, good and bad. I actually have still been dropping, so that's
Mhm.
good.
That's always good.
That's definitely good, but I'm trying to get the consistent, like I'm trying to get better with the consistency.
Hmm.
Um, I've been counting calories,
Yes.
which I'm actually really cool at. And then I have the Lose It app.
You got
So
me back on my Lose It app. You
yeah,
have gotten me back on my Lose It app. It
so that
has
helps
such
me.
good convenience. So
I mean, like
for
the
the
little bit of
people,
like the little consistency I have is because I use the Lose It
mhm,
app.
yeah. So for the people that don't know what that is, if you're looking for an easy way to count calories and to even know like what, be aware of what you're eating. Because I know that when I was going through my weight loss, I did not comprehend how much I was eating and how often I was eating. So I was really keeping track of it. So Lose It, you can have a free version. I use the free version. And
Yeah,
all you got to do is scan your items that you making your food with, and also you can search for items. They have all kind of things on like fast food and stuff. So if you go get a McChicken or whatever, you put it in there to tell you how many calories. It'll keep track of it, keep track of your macros, your nutrients, and things like
right.
that. And they have, if you get the paid version, it's a
It's
lot of things you could really do with it.
Yeah, and see that's what I like. I do the paid version because it's like $30 a year. So I
Hmm.
mean, I usually hate to pay that $30 when it's time to pay it. I usually just do it and just be done with it. Like, okay, it's paid for, and we just go ahead
Right.
and keep rolling. But I like having that app though, so that actually works really good for me. So that the little bit of consistency I do have is because I use that app. So I actually have been doing pretty good. I weighed this morning and I was down a pound. So it's like, it's just as you gained it. It takes just as long to lose it.
Little
So,
by little.
yeah, little.
I've been losing and gaining the same 10 pounds. The
Right, right,
same
right,
10 pounds because
right,
I'm not consistent.
right.
That's the
And that's the
problem. I'm not
thing.
consistent.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you either lose and then gain it back, or you kind of stay stagnant. You be like in the same spot.
See, I
Uh,
keep losing it during the week when I'm working out and I'm being, good. And then the
and then
weekend
on the
come and I
weekend, you
want to
be
have a
able to
little
eat ugly
drink. I want to
foods.
have a little snacky snack, a little date night.
Right, right.
And I'm just doing too much. And then on Monday, I'm just starting all over every time. And I feel by Monday, I feel like crap.
Yeah,
I don't want to go to the gym, so I'm definitely trying to keep with the consistency because
yeah,
summer is literally ugh, I'm looking behind my back. It's right there. It's right,
right,
it's
right,
right around the corner.
right.
So yeah, and I refuse to. I'm not buying no size up in clothes. I said I ain't going
I
back.
ain't either.
So
So
these motherfuckers gonna
I,
have to be tight.
I ain't either. So if we go out somewhere and you see my thighs busting out the pants,
Listen, you see me looking like a stuffed sausage. Don't say nothing. Looking like a whole glizzy. Okay.
right? But, it's going all right though. I do need to step it up a little bit more, but what I did kind of get into is hip hop cycling, and I really like doing that. So yeah, I really like doing the hip hop cycling. So that's something else I've been doing. I still go to my trainer once a week,
Mhm.
and that's going pretty good. He helps me
Eh,
stay consistent too, like with the meals and all of that stuff, because I gotta go in and answer to somebody when I go in. It's like, how's your diet going? Okay, let's go get on the scale. And half the time I'll be like, oh shit, like, all right, all right, let's go get on the scale. And then I'll mess around and actually be down a couple pounds. And I'm like,
That's the best. You be like, oh, okay. Phew.
I'll be dreading it all morning, like, oh god damn, I gotta be at the trainer at 11 o'clock.
No,
I
see
know I'm
me,
not
I
gonna lose.
like to I like to weigh myself fresh in the morning before I even have a drop of water, honey. I don't want no
Right.
extra nothing in
Yeah, and it's important to always use the same scale because I do realize that there's a difference between my scale and the scale when I go to the gym.
Yeah.
And
And then
it's
people
like
also
one.
have to realize that it's not always about the scale. I've definitely lost inches.
Absolutely.
I've definitely gained muscle and the scale didn't move, but my clothes felt better. My clothes
Absolutely.
fit better. I felt better, so it's not always about the scale, but it is a
Yeah.
good tool to know where you're at. Tiff said, what's the weight loss app? It's called Lose It. And you can find it on the App Store, Apple or Android. I use the free version, or you can get the paid version. Definitely very good. I use that to lose my 100 pounds. I was religiously, when I lost 100 pounds, I was every single morsel that went in my mouth was getting logged. So I definitely know that Lose It is a great app.
Yeah, it's a
Um, and then I wanted to tell you, I met somebody that know you from the gym.
you know who?
That met you at the gym.
Me?
Yeah. I met somebody in Cleveland. He said, "Yeah, I know, dude." He said, "Yeah, because when he be working out, he be singing. He be like, oh, Jesus, sir." He be saying something. I was like, "Yep."
Okay, so
He
first and
said, "You be
foremost,
doing sex like, oh, okay, next one, I'm gonna do this one, and I'm gonna do."
okay, so first of all, I hate you. What I will say is that now I don't do all of that like when I'm lifting,
Yeah,
but
but I'm just over exaggerating. But he said
I
that
know it's cool.
James
But
be hitting them notes.
I do be on the treadmill or more so I do be on the elliptical, like grooving, singing. Like the old people be like, baby, I pay for this just like you do. Like, have a seat. um, yeah, I do be on the treadmill or the elliptical, like busting it out, like full
Yeah.
concert mode. And that's I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. Like that's what keeps me motivated when I go. Like
I have to have music. One day
yeah,
I didn't have my
cannot
headphones. I
work out
said, I
without
don't think I could
music.
do this.
I can't work out without music, or if I don't have music, I'm probably only gonna be there for 15 or 20 minutes, and I'm gonna be like, it's time to go. Um, but if I got my music and like I'm on full charge and like I could be in there for 2 hours, 3 hours, like the music keeps me motivated. So I do be on the elliptical like full concert mode. So whoever that is, they
We
didn't like
go.
me.
Yeah, I met somebody new in Cleveland, a DJ in Cleveland, and
Okay.
he was like, "Oh yeah, I know your cousin. Yeah, we go to the same gym. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know him." So
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
you don't never know who I got watching you, James.
listen, it's okay. It's okay. Look, you might have the right person watching me, so it's all right. Wait a minute, I can't say
Oh my god.
that. Right, I can't say that now. But
No more of that.
but I yeah, I've been working though. I've been moving. The new show is coming. Midday Shuffle. That's going to be coming
Yes.
on the new station. That should be, up and running. We should be good to go. July, August, somewhere around in there. So we kind of got a tentative date in place, but everything is coming together as far as that. And then of course the podcast network is really starting to grow. We got Lady Poet. She's been doing
Yes.
a podcast, Open Letters to a Survivor, which is actually doing very well for her.
Yes, I definitely got to catch a couple episodes.
Yeah,
I think you guys should really check that out. If you haven't caught the live episodes, you can definitely catch them. Where can you catch up on all the episodes?
they're actually on. They're on the UG Digital YouTube. So UG Digital Media and Publishing. If you go to there, and I'm actually creating an act like a branded web link where they'll be able to go to it, and then they'll be on ugdigital.com as well. But really, really good topics she has, and it's crazy because she was so nervous when she did the first episode, but I thought she did really good. And then this last episode on Sunday, like she ran the whole episode by herself. So
Yeah, she did. She did really, really good. I like her approach to things.
yeah,
She's not judgmental. She gives you good
absolutely.
information. She always makes let you know, she is not a doctor, but this is what works for her.
Yeah,
She gave me some definitely good advice on working on my stress and getting through some mentally I've been going through a lot. Like I said, I've been going through it a lot with my daughter and just stress of life. And I've been
yeah,
open with it on the show. I deal with some anxiety. I can deal with some depression. So she gave me a lot of strategies to, get through that. And, self care is definitely important. So I'm definitely going to be checking her out some more. I caught the end of the show last week. And yeah, you guys, it's a good show. She doesn't stay on there too long. It's not, she don't ramble on.
yeah.
And she's good. When we had her on the show, I had a good connection with her. So definitely shout out to Amanda.
Yeah, she actually, I think she's doing very well with it, and she pre-plans it all, like which I think that really helps her,
Hmm.
especially being new at it. Like that really helps her
Right.
because she kind of like her episodes have been written out. Like at least the first 4 or 5 have been written out probably for like 2 months. So she's really been ready for this, and she's actually bringing on a co-host. I don't know if she's doing that this Sunday or if it'll be like in a couple weeks, but she does have a young lady who's going to start co-hosting with her. So I think it's going to be good. And just to kind of break it up so that she can do different segments and they each can kind of take a couple segments and that sort of thing. But I was surprised she did a show on Easter, but she was ready to go. Like she's loving it.
No, that's what I was. I listen. I was sitting there. I was eating a good old devil egg, and and I was
You said a
and
good
I
old
was watching the show. Hmm.
Nah,
And
I think
she does really, really good. She's very natural at it. So
absolutely.
shout out to her. Definitely, you could tell she does a lot of preparation. She definitely cares about what she's talking about. She cares about what she does. So yeah, shout out to her.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, and just kind of piggybacking off of you. I think it's awesome that like you're open, like as far as just different things that you go through and stuff that's happening, and like obviously talking about Michaela at the beginning of the show and talking
Hmm.
about depression and that sort of thing. And the cool thing is that we all have been transparent. Tiffany has definitely
Hmm.
talked about her experience with rheumatoid. I try to talk about my experience on the lupus side of it, and then depression and all of that kind of stuff. I think that's what kind of holds the interest, for people. Um,
Right. I
I
mean,
think
we're all human and we all go through these things. We have to talk about it. We have to normalize it. We have to get out that stigma of, oh, looking for attention, or, oh, you always laid up in the house. You don't want to do nothing. You lazy. We just have to start being more empathetic as a whole, especially right now in the climate we're in. People are starving. People are losing their jobs left and right. People are struggling to stay afloat. People are one paycheck away. They're one bad financial move away,
right.
one car breakdown away from
Uh-huh.
being, destitute. And I just feel like, if we talk, the more we talk about it, that's why I really like Amanda's show. The more we talk about it, we normalize these things because we all go through it. There's not one person I know that hasn't dealt with something mental, whether that's just you being anxious, whether that's you being depressed, whether that's you being paranoid, whether that's you withdrawn from people. Because everybody knows when I'm going through something, baby, I'm a ghost. I'm gone. I'll
Right.
disappear. Can't find Cat, honey. Where's Cat? She's going through something. So yeah, I definitely like to be I like to use this platform to normalize that because I'm a normal person. I'm a parent. I deal with things. I have
Absolutely.
passion. I have goals, and I still get depressed. Hey, guess what? Life could be
Yeah,
going great, and I could still be depressed. I could still be anxious, and there's nothing
absolutely.
wrong with that. There's
Absolutely.
nothing wrong with that. We all human,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, no, I love that. All right. So what you got for us on the Diddy side of
Listen, that's what we really here for. We gonna
things?
spend the majority of this hot topic talking about Diddy because it's been, woo, the tea has been hot. The tea has been exploding. I don't even know what to say.
Like, do
Um,
you, do you really think that like obviously we're all saying like it's over for him and he's going down, but like to what extent do you feel like he's really going to be affected?
And this is my just personal, perspective. This is me, looking at different people before him and what's going on right now. I do not believe that Diddy is going to serve any jail time, or if he does much jail time, I don't think that he's going to pay in the criminal court. Now, this is the thing, a lot of people get confused when we say criminal charges. There's criminal charges, there are civil cases, and then there is a federal investigation. These are three separate things, three separate entities. So with the criminal investigation, in his state, they were saying, they're not looking into that the local cops are not really charging him with anything. They claimed they didn't even have a squad or anything.
Right.
Now we did find out that was kind of untrue, because local authorities were working with the feds, which people understand is the federal government. This is the government over the whole United States, and everybody knows. You can ask any dope boy in the hood. When the feds come, somebody going to jail. It's going to be charges. It's going to be something. Feds going to get something. There has never been, I don't know, a man on the street that the feds came for them and just dropped the charges. Criminal,
Yeah.
they drop charges if they don't have anything. The feds gonna keep looking. And
Right.
there's been many indiscretions as far as legal money, drug trafficking minors over state lines. I just feel like they're going to charge him with something, and now we don't know to what extent that is. Now they did do the search of his home, and that was to look for a lot of the tapes that were allegedly, Cassie allegedly said that there were many sex tapes of sex
Yeah.
parties. What did he call them? F-offs or whatever he was calling them.
Right.
So I think that they were looking for them tapes, and it's so crazy. They had Christian and Justin up, and they was in handcuffs,
Well,
sitting in
well,
squad
that's the
cars.
that's the other thing that I want to talk about too, because I mean I get that, I get that there's allegation, of them being involved, or at least one of them being involved in, stuff that, bringing minors and underage girls,
Mhm.
into there or whatever. But just the way, like, did you see how they had the beams on the back of their heads and like,
It was totally unnecessary.
yeah,
I think it was excessive force. I think they were showing their hand, that they were serious, because the thing is, now this is allegedly what I personally have gotten from a gossip site. I'm not sure how much of this is true, but I read that the feds reached out to Diddy to let him know, we're going to be investigating and blah blah blah. And Diddy, because let's not forget, when they were raiding his house, he was gone already.
right,
He was already gone. So they claimed that he was already tipped off, that they were trying to get him to agree to them coming, or give him some kind of, if they was trying to get a confession, or they reached out to him. So he was tipped off that they were coming. So he made sure that he was nowhere to be found.
right,
So I think that they were kind of trying to intimidate him through his children, which I think was absolutely wrong.
yeah,
I think that was too much. And their mother, the mother of, I think, Justin Combs,
yeah,
what is her name? Misa
Lisa, yeah,
Hilton.
yeah,
She already been going off on Puffy. She already been going in on him.
yeah,
And his what did she say? His inability to keep his children safe and out of his mess. That's what she said. He's not keeping his children out of his mess. So she completely went off the deep end when she seen, what we all saw, which is, them being excessively forced, them having beams, put into us. And did you see the aftermath when they went through his house and showed the aftermath of them?
uh-huh. Did you see the
It
pictures
was,
that Lisa Hilton posted?
yes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
It was just a lot. So now we're just kind of waiting, and I think Diddy is also waiting in limbo to see what's going to happen, what charges are going to drop, if any. And then this is something that I think that Diddy and a lot of abusers and a lot of really rich billionaire men, they are kind of narcissistic, and they're they have this inflated ego, and I think that Diddy really did not believe that it was going to go this far.
Yeah.
I think that his biggest mistake was letting Cassie file them charges in the civil case.
Yeah.
Once Cassie filed them charges in the civil case, it opened the floodgates of
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And so I think that he thought when he paid Cassie off that was the end of it. No, it was so many more allegations against him. And so now they're coming for everybody. They're coming for Carisha, Young Miami. They're saying that she has transported narcotics and underage girls across state lines and in his private jets across the country, nation, international. And keep in mind, Carisha was, the crazy part is, even if she is innocent in a lot of these things, because for me, I personally think she was just getting the money off them. I don't know how deep involved. I don't think that she
Yeah.
was deep involved in the mess.
Yeah.
But the way she was talking, oh, I'm down for Diddy and I'm doing this and we doing it. She was doing a lot of talking that is
Yeah.
like, that didn't really age well.
Yeah.
Didn't age well, the things you were saying, that y'all be having girls and, I don't know. I think if anything, he's gonna pay a lot civilly. I think he's gonna he's been liquidating his assets. He sold off his Revolt TV for cash. A
Which is
cash anonymous cash buyer.
weird to me. Like,
Very weird. That's very weird. That's almost unheard of for a publicly traded company. Publicly traded companies normally do not do stuff like that, but I think he was just trying to unload and he needs that cash flow right now. So he sold off Revolt TV to an anonymous cash buyer, so we still do not know who bought that and what kind of cash they had to buy a whole station or majority stake of a station.
what do you what can you say? What can you speak on in terms of like the cash flow issues? Because did he really have issues as far as cash flow? And
Well, Diddy had a lot of stuff. This is the thing. People, especially like him being an entrepreneur on top of the other businesses he built, he had a lot of money tied up in the stake of companies. So say that like Forbes say, oh, Kylie Jenner is worth $1 billion.
yeah,
Majority of that money is how much her company is worth.
right,
So it's not really cashola that she got
right,
in hand.
right.
It's the worth of the company. So therefore, I don't think that he a lot of his advisors and insiders have said that he did not financially plan for this. So therefore, he did not hide any assets yet, which we don't know how true that is because we know the elite are good at hiding assets.
Yeah,
But they said that his main assets have not been hidden. They haven't been signed off. They haven't been traded off. They haven't been given to the children, which me and you have said that would, if I knew I was doing some crazy stuff, oh, just this going in Justice's name, this going in Delilah's name,
right,
this is not, I would have been did that. But they said he did not hide any assets and that he needs the cash flow because he's probably going to have to pay these people off in cash.
right.
So
Wow.
but yeah, I just don't know how bad it's going to be.
It's bad enough already.
Yeah, it's bad enough already. I think we're just trying to, and the crazy part is, Diddy been walking around having a time of his life. He been out to eat with the girls. He been out on the town. He was kicking it with Meek Mill.
Right.
And the thing is, a lot of cops and FBI agents will tell you when a suspect is acting too cool. When a serial killer falling asleep in in the room in the holding cells and stuff, them people be crazy. Them people know they did something. They trying to act too cool. So I feel like Diddy trying to play it cool. But we all just waiting to see what the feds found. What the feds found and what exactly the charges will be. Now he has multiple cases, and then now his son also has a case.
Right. I don't know. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to just assume that somebody's guilty, but
you don't want to assume.
It's too many receipts and too many pictures and it's too much stuff that's coming up.
Where there's smoke is fire.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of these powerful men have gotten away with this stuff for so long.
Yeah.
That first of all, a lot of the receipts are deleted. A lot of receipts are. Let's not forget, stuff has statute of limitations. So
Yeah.
there are people that are trying to come for, like Trey Songz has a lot of allegations, and there are people that are coming for him now because they feel like, oh, I feel more safer in this era. This Me Too movement. But they're saying, hey, this is 10 plus years old, the statute of limitations. So we just really don't know how much concrete evidence and charges is going to be. I think it's going to be a big fallout. Do I think Diddy going to lose everything and be in a poorhouse? No. But do I think he's going to pay substantially? Yes. So I think that's why he's selling a lot of his businesses. He sold his stake. Ciroc made him step down. But he sold all his stake in Ciroc. So he has the Ciroc money. He has the De Leon money. He has the Revolt TV money. So hopefully he can pay off. If he's smart, I would get all these people in a room. I'll pay them off and try to minimize the damage. But we've all heard. I've heard stories of Diddy as a kid in high school.
Yeah.
As a kid in Ohio in high school, I heard of Diddy be going crazy at them white parties. He be doing some weird stuff. He be doing some freaky stuff. I read Superhead's book. And allegedly, Exhibit and Superhead went to a Diddy party where some things were going down, and Exhibit was not comfortable with, and he made her leave. So this is all on print. So yeah, I don't know. And so, what do you think about the kids paying for the sins of the father? Like the son, Justin now. I mean, Christian having charges.
That's kind of, I was gonna say it's kind of outlandish to me too, but I mean the lawsuit hasn't actually been filed yet. I'm just kind of sitting back waiting to see what actually gets filed, and I mean obviously I heard what the lawyer had to say and all of that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I mean it's like in one respect you like somebody could trump up some charges and pin charges to you and that sort of thing, but then
That's the thing
also
that happens in stuff like this. People start coming out the woodworks for a money grab.
yeah,
Mhm.
um, I don't know. That it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. Um, it's crazy. That's all. It's like that's all I can really say is that this is crazy. Um, I don't know. I never saw this coming, and it's funny because, like I was saying before, like Jaguar been screaming this for about 3 4 years, like 3 4 years, and everybody was just like, "Oh, she crazy and she disgruntled and she mad and she might be all of the above."
She might be all of the above, but I don't mean
Yeah.
this shit not true.
I
But
don't.
you know what? This is something that we've dealt with in the black community for years.
Mhm.
And who just spoke on this? Chance the Rapper just spoke on this.
Okay.
And he was saying about the R. Kelly victims, and he said maybe I didn't believe them because they were black women, and I didn't put enough
I
stake
did
into
see
what they were saying.
I did see that.
And so, I feel like a lot of times it's a colorism thing, and it's
Mhm.
a beauty thing, it's a youth thing, it took for the beautiful Cassie to come out and say these things for us to be like, well, if she's saying it, then it got, so I just feel like as black people, we do, sometimes shut people down, oh, they crazy or they whatever. But, we've been hearing these stories about Diddy. So when she did her interview, I was tuned in like this. I mean, it sounded like him to me. I don't know, but it's just
Um,
gonna be interesting to see who's gonna get payouts, who's gonna get what and things like that. But they're coming for everybody. They're coming for Stevie J. They're coming for some of the Danny Kane girls. They were coming for them. They're coming for
now, are they coming
oh
from
my
you, or what
god.
happened with them?
They was just saying that some of the Dandy Kane girls knew stuff that was going on, or they were privy, and they were in the mix and they knew what was going on.
Yeah,
They're just kind of just casting a wide net over anybody that was affiliated with Bad Boys. So I have been noticing that a lot of people are distancing themselves.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, but he's having all kind of lawsuits coming, not even just for all this stuff. Now Day 26 is coming with lawsuits
I saw that. I saw that.
missing money and missing royalties and things like that. So like I said, it literally started from Cassie and the ball just been rolling. I know he probably sick, like dang, because he ended up having to pay her off anyway. I know he's sick. Like, damn, when she came to me, they came to him and told him, if you don't give me X amount of money, which is the same amount he ended up paying her, she said, if you don't pay me this money, I'm gonna release this and I'm gonna file the charge. And once the charge is filed, that's public info. So, you can't really go back and unring that bell,
Right.
but we just gonna have to see it. You know who been having a field day? 50 dang cent, man.
Right.
Oh man, he
But you
just
see, it started to backfire a little bit with the baby mama.
and it did exactly, and that's why you can't. And that's one thing, you cannot laugh too hard at somebody's misfortunes because you don't know when you're gonna be in there.
Yeah.
And so, for many people that don't know, 50 Cent has a baby mom named Daphne Joy, who was a video vixen model, dated a lot of affluential black celebrities. She's dated a lot of them. So she has a baby with 50 Cent, but she was also the longtime girlfriend of Diddy. And they always had a power struggle. It was always rumored that they had a power struggle over this woman because they were both dealing with her. So now it's come right. So now she has been named, just like Young Miami, they have been named not just as concubines, as they claim, they just a concubine. They have been labeled as sex traffickers, you know? So, and then what he said, oh, you little sex trafficker, you. Like, why would you say that to your baby mama? Like, come on, man. But so now he has filed custody charges to get full
Yeah.
custody of their child
But I just
because
feel like that's just stupid. Like, you ain't got
that's
time to be.
stupid.
Like, that's just stupid.
I just feel like he's going above. 50 Cent is one of them people that I would hate to have an enemy out of him. He
Right.
goes above and beyond. Even
Yeah.
with his own, we've seen what he did with his own firstborn son. He don't care who you are. So I just feel like, for one, you knew what type of woman, and that's what these male celebrities, stop getting these Instagram models pregnant. If you don't want your baby mom and she out here and she a rat and she ratchet and she a hoe, well, what was she when you was sleeping with her? You knew what she was. Stop trying to be surprised with the women. The crazy thing is, they be good ass moms too. They
Yeah.
be take
Yeah.
care of the baby by themselves while you gallivanting making the money. So I just feel like it's weird. Like, how you gonna try to get custody of your child? You ain't never want custody of your child before, and you knew she was with Diddy. You knew.
Right.
So why all of a sudden? I just think he just trying to, put some salt in the wound, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to get nowhere with that because, like I said, the charges against her, well, the allegations against her are in civil court. So this is nothing that she would go to jail for. This is just, she's been named in a lawsuit. So that would come out of her money. But like I said, I don't think her, Young Miami, Gia, or any of the women that he was dealing with, I don't think they're going to face any charges. Now, whether or not they will have to testify, whether or not they might have to do some payouts, anything like that, sign some NDAs. We don't really know, but I think that's how it's going to go. I think that the feds, I think they might end up charging him with transporting minors or, some kind of sexual assault or something like that. Not cousin Jimmy said, hey, 50 Cent is listening. And that's what I be worried about. Let me stop talking about him because I do not ever.
So here's
That's a mug I don't ever want to have a problem with because he keep it for years. He be still on he's still on Tierra Marie's back and she owe him $100,000.
Right. Shit, he's still on Vivica Fox, truth be told.
Oh my God, he's still going in on Vivica years later. He be talking about that lady.
So here's a question that I have, and I just want to know what you think. I don't even know if you've seen it yet, but I just wonder, what do you think is gonna happen to like hip hop culture, just in terms of like, the no telling and no, like, all of that. And I only ask that just because, of course I'm on YouTube all the time. So now when I'm watching like YouTube and stuff like that, like yesterday, like it was different videos that were up that were talking about Lil' Kim is speaking out against. And when I actually looked at that, it was like they pieced together, like it was an old interview from Hollywood Unlocked when they were still with Dash Radio or whatever. So like it could have been taken out of context that she might not have even been talking about it. But then you have Ice Cube, who has been talking about stuff, and um, just like what do you think is really going to happen, like in hip hop culture, kind of moving forward? Because
Well,
it seems like you're hearing so much more from people who at one point, was totally against the police and against law enforcement and wasn't speaking and all of this other stuff. Whereas now, it seemed like everybody talking, everybody gossiping.
okay, well, for one, this might be a little bit of a longer answer. But the climate as far as in the black community have been black women have been given a safer space to talk about the things that have been going on. They have been demanded respect. They are not exploiting themselves. They are not, it's just not long were the days of tip drill and sliding a credit card through the booty.
Right.
I think I think that those days, not to say, it's not gonna be videos of girls degrading themselves or whatever, but I think that those days are kind of over. I think that the women, especially if you watch, there are a lot of documentaries about video vixens and things like that. I think that our eyes have been opened that it's not as glamorous as we thought it was. And
Mhm.
so I think that especially with the Me Too movement was a lot in the white community, and it kind of trickled down to our community. So I feel like right now women have like I said, a safe space to talk about these things that they're going through and saying, hey, I had this happen to me. Hey, I had this happen to me at the hands of this celebrity or this billionaire. When in the past they couldn't do that. They were scared. And then also we have these platforms. We have social media. You can call up Tasha K and say, "Hey, I got a story to tell."
Mhm.
It's not back in the day. Diddy shut down Wendy Williams' whole show.
Yeah.
They back in the day, these men had this absolute power
Mhm.
that people could not. I mean, like you said, Kid Cudi was afraid to talk about what Diddy did to him because Diddy had this absolute type of power that he just was like, I'm not messing with it. So I think that because the Me Too movement and social media and just having access to being able to get your point across and speak your truth, I think
Mhm.
that where hip hop culture is not going to be the same, misogynistic, sex selling type of thing. I think it's really going into, and that's why a lot of female artists are becoming more popular. I think that is, women are not just being accessories no more. We're not just being the video girl or the groupie after the performance and stuff. People are women are really stepping into their own. So I feel like the actual hip hop misogynistic culture for the women, they have a safe space. And I think that the men are starting to have a safe space too. So a lot of men are coming out and speaking about stuff. They speaking
Yeah.
about getting robbed. They speaking about getting, them getting sexually harassed and charged. Look at, I mean, we're seeing the Nickelodeon kids coming out.
Yeah.
We see Drake Bell, telling it all that he was getting this done and that done. So I think right now it's just so much going on in the world that I feel like people cannot keep this stuff in no more. Like it's just not a. I feel like people are ready to just let it all out and heal. People just really want to
That
heal, and
is
I think. Go ahead.
that is. I didn't mean to cut you off, but like, what's
Listen,
up on like the Nickelodeon stuff? Like,
listen. I am a Nickelodeon kid, so this hurt my
it
heart.
was too. So
This
was
hurt my
Elijah.
heart.
I was just like, wow.
It was crazy. Listen, I went to Nickelodeon's studios and stayed and got slimed myself at the ripe old age of 25. Okay. I thought I was
We
a Nickelodeon's kid till I died. I was ride or die. I love Lori Beth Denberg, Amanda Bynes. Them is who I grew up with. So I was really hurt to see that this is what they was going through. And I can remember like being a kid and auditioning for stuff and like, dang, I wish I could be on that. And then you like, this what they had to go through to be a child star. And it's really sad of what Drake Bell went through because being a person that gets abused, you start abusing too. So he had charges of messing with underage girls.
right.
So it's
It's just
like it just the
yeah,
cycle
yeah,
is
he
continuing.
did.
And I think that people, and I think him too, I think he was ready to own up and say, this is what I was going through. This is what happened to me. So
Well, here's the question. The guy that they said, and I feel like I just caught a glimpse of this last night. The guy that they said was he was like, I guess, the producer or whatever over at Nickelodeon, and Nickelodeon had put out a statement and they said that, he we took care of this, or he's no longer with Nickelodeon or something like that. Is that the guy from Head of the Class?
Let me see, because I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah,
this
that
is
is him. That is him. So it is. It's Dan Schneider.
right. Is that the
Yeah,
guy
it
from
is him. Because for some
I
reason
knew it?
I was thinking that
I
was Chris
knew it.
Foley. I was thinking that was
Listen,
Chris Foley or something.
so listen, why I don't know why I was up at like 3:30 in the morning and I'm watching YouTube and I'm watching the video and I'm like, that looked like the guy from. At first, I was like WKRP in Cincinnati, but I'm like, no, that's not. I'm like, Head of the Class. I think it, but I ain't had time to really look it up or whatever. It just came to mind now, so that is him.
Yeah, that is him, Dan Schneider. So Dan Schneider has been in Hollywood for years. He's been
Yeah,
working for years.
I mean,
And
Head of the Class.
in
Like,
the late 80s, early 90s, and early 2000s, he was the main producer over everything. So he worked exclusively with Amanda Bynes. He worked exclusively with All That, Keenan and Kel, the Drake and Josh show, iCarly, like the big Nickelodeon names. And he had charges against him. And the thing is, you would be surprised. You need to, if anybody wants to go look up, Google the celebrities that wrote letters of support for him. There were so many people that supported that man. And also Brian Peck was the man that assaulted Drake Bell. They were best friends. They worked closely together. Um and they still worked with children even after allegations. Like, there was one of the moms that was like, "Oh, I didn't want to call the cops because I didn't want them to think I was a bad mom." It's too late, baby. It's too late. It's really sad. I have to go back and watch the whole thing. I've just only watched clips and read a lot of the excerpts. But yeah, it's really, really sad. But I just think right now it's people have so many platforms. It's so many platforms.
yeah,
And I feel like these secrets are people tired of holding on to secrets. You can't heal if you're not telling your truth.
yeah,
So I just think that I really, as a person that has survived, certain things that happened to me in my childhood, I really applaud the people that spoke, because it's not
yeah.
easy to speak on those things, especially the men. It's such a big stigma over men and boys, being sexually assaulted and things like that,
Now,
when
is there, now,
these were children,
now,
and anybody can be assaulted. Like, y'all act like people don't go to jail and get assaulted. Like, it's that
right,
easy. It take one person a little bit bigger than you, a little bit stronger than you. So I think people need to, like I said, people need to look at people with grace
yeah,
and humility and realize that it could easily be you. It could easily be you.
yeah, absolutely. Um, that shit is. I'm like, that's the dude from Head of the Class.
Yes, head of the class. And I mean, he has so many questionable, if you look at a lot of his what is it called? Segments and things that he did. Like, he was in a hot tub with Amanda Bynes and she was 14 years old. He had people, Ariana Grande, busting balloons with her butt on his stomach. Like, he came up with, I mean, Amanda Bynes said by the time she was 15, she had got 3,000 pictures of her feet taken. Like, it's so much that they were doing to these kids and exploiting them. And it was just crazy. Like, Drake Bell said that he was going with another famous girl. You probably don't know. She was a black rock star around my era, called Fifi Dobson.
I know who
Um,
I know who you're talking about, and I give you a little fun fact. I interviewed Fifi Dobson because she's from Toronto.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I interviewed Fifi Dobson. She is really dope.
Listen, you couldn't tell me. I had cut me a little bowl cut, put some little some little fishnets on my arms, and I thought I was Fifi Dobson. Like, you couldn't have told me that I wasn't the alternative goth rock queen. Like, I was I went through my era. So in the 2000s, he was dating Fifi Dobson for years. Do you know that Fifi Dobson's mom is the one that caught what was happening with him?
Okay, wait a minute. I'm a little slow.
He
So
was dating Fifi Dobson.
dating Fifi
And he
Dobson.
spent a lot of time, he started spending a lot of time at their house because his mom basically let the dude have full range over him. Like, oh, Drake can just come over your house and, whatever. So he started spending time at Fifi Dobson's house.
So Fifi Dobson's mother is the one that figured out what was happening.
Figured out what was happening because the man wanted Drake to go to Disney World with him. So Drake was like, maybe I'll go another time. I'm spending time with my girlfriend. The man started calling Drake 200 times. Then he started calling Fifi Dobson's house phone.
Oh, wow.
Saying, no, he needs to come. He needs to come with me overnight. No, I already paid for the tickets. I'm coming to get him. And Fifi Dobson's mom said, why is a 40-something-year-old man calling my house demanding that my daughter's boyfriend go on an overnight trip with him?
Right.
So she is the one, he credits her to say that she is the one that saved him for that situation because she pulled him in the other room and he said that she did this with a lot of care with this, and she put him away from Fifi and said, what's going on? And he said, I gave the same answers I gave everybody else. And he said she would not let up and say, I know something's wrong. And she just kept asking him to the point where he broke down, and she took him to the doctor. She took him to a healthcare professional. His own mother that he was telling that if this is what's going on or I feel uncomfortable was not doing that. So shout out to Fifi Dobson and her mom. Shout out to the parents that are hyper vigilant, that look out for kids that are not even their own, because that's sometimes what we need. I definitely went through things in my life, and I could say that people outside of the situation sometimes are the people we feel easier to talk to.
Right.
So yeah, it's been a nightmare. Drake has since moved to Mexico, and he has a big career in Mexico. Yeah,
So
he be.
what's he doing over there?
He looked like the Mexican hosts that be having a tight face and the hair, the poof.
Yeah.
That's what he do. So he be hosting the game shows. He be singing. They go crazy for Drake Bell. So right now he is having a good career in Mexico. He said that healed him going to another country. Now there still are some allegations that his girlfriend that he knew he met her when she was underage. Now we don't know. Allegedly, his girlfriend is in her early 20s and they have known each other for years. So I don't know about that, Drake, but I'm glad you're speaking your truth. But speaking of Drake, the other Drake, so I know that everybody been beefing, right?
Huh?
Everybody been beefing. Kendrick
Well,
Lamar.
everybody as far as who?
Kendrick Lamar is
Okay, yeah.
Kendrick Lamar and Metro Boomin and Future are beefing with Drake and J. Cole, allegedly, supposedly. All these people that had joint albums, like y'all didn't all had, like Future and Drake. I thought y'all was working on the weekend as usual. Like I thought y'all was, y'all had 2 albums together. J. Cole and Kendrick had worked together. Like I'm just so confused, and it's just crazy. Somebody said the top of the charts is beefing. They said we don't got nothing to do with that. They said I listen to underground rap. I don't got nothing to do with that.
This is showing my age, but this is really showing my age. But the reality is, I really don't even listen. I don't listen to Drake. And you said who else? I do listen to Kendrick.
Kendrick, Future.
I don't listen to Future.
And the producer, his name is Metro Boomin. He makes a lot of beats, but if you ever hear on a song of like, if Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. Future always say that on his songs. I don't know. It'd be like, or like Metro Boomin wants some more. Like it's his little tag. He does a lot of music.
I've heard him say that. Future has had a couple songs that I listened to. Like what was I forgot the name of. He had 2 songs that I listened to. But Other than that, I don't really listen to Future, so I'm like,
Well,
whatever.
this is my era, people. But
And Drake has
I
like
don't
one or
listen
two songs on
to.
each album that I like.
Mm, well,
Um,
see, I don't listen to a lot of male dominated rap anymore. That's
okay,
just me as far unless it's old school or underground people. I don't listen to a lot of male dominated mainstream rap. And that is just a decision that I made. Just as far as I feel like the things they're talking about don't I don't really care about it. It doesn't mean anything to me. And I don't
yeah,
like how a lot of them treat women in their life. I don't like the way they talk about women.
yeah,
So I just kind of stepped away from that to, listen to what speaks to me. But these are some of the greats, the titans of my era.
mhm,
So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen because Drake has yet to say anything. And let's remember that he didn't beef with Megan Thee Stallion. He didn't
yeah.
beef with Erica Badu. He didn't beef with Halle Berry.
Wait a
He
minute,
ain't
who beat
scared to
Erica
beef.
Badu?
I cannot remember what they got into it about. But he was
Who?
beefing with Erica Badu.
Who?
Drake beefed with Erica. He
Really?
beefed with Halle Berry.
When did he beat
Um,
Erica Badu?
I cannot remember what they was beefing
That tell you
about.
how
I
much
think
I
it
know.
was a post or it was something very small. It wasn't nothing big, but he does and says very degrading things to people. I think he might have reposted something to her in a sexual way, or I don't quote me on this. I have to look it up. But Drake, he does have a way with beefing and talking about women that I
Yeah,
don't like. I do like a lot of his music, but and then it's just I don't know. So it's gonna be interesting to see if this is gonna be a real rap beef. Like, cause I want y'all to get in the studio. Get in the studio. Get the write me a 16 real quick. Something like that. I'm ready. Cause I ain't heard no good ones since remember him and Meek was beefing and they was back to back and they was,
yeah,
it was
and
good. It was
yeah,
good. I liked it. So for the rappers that's beefing right now, please get out your feelings, get off social media and get in a booth, okay?
yeah. I remember they was beefing. Then all of a sudden it was working together. So,
Right back cool. Everybody Drake has beef with Chris Brown. Um
oh, we lost her.
I'm talking too much. I'm talking too much. See, they
They
said
cut the cord.
they said shut her up
They cut your
now.
cord. They cut your cord. They was like, no. They said cut that bitch
They
off.
said she knows too much.
um,
But yeah, like I said, it'll be interesting to
I
see
don't. He
what's
just
what would have happened.
he's corny to me now. Like he just corny to me now. Like I like in the very beginning. In the very beginning, like I liked his music, but he just corny to me now. Like Nicki corny to me now.
Oh, my queen came. Oh,
It's it sucks because I want it to be better. Like I'm giving grace. I'm giving grace for this project. Everybody stumble.
Jimmy.
Um, oh, 50 big. Oh,
Yeah,
he been corny, but he on stars with the power and
yeah.
all that
He
stuff.
needs to just stay. He needs to stay with them.
He redeemed himself with power, but I don't know. I'm giving her grace for this album, and I said, well, we'll see how the next one do. I feel like
Let me say this. This album it grew on me. I ain't gonna lie. It took a long time to grow on me.
you know what.
It took my Alexa playing the album while I was washing dishes for me to really sit and be like, okay, hey, F the club up, F the club. I'm like, okay, Nikki, nah.
I'm not gonna front. I do move to that. I do like that one, and I like the
The Red
what's the
Ruby.
yeah, Red Ruby sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeves the red. What is it? Red Ruby the sleeves,
Red Ruby the sleeves, yes.
and it's another one, the Cindy Lauper one. The girls just
Yeah,
want
the
to have fun.
everybody.
Yeah, I I do like those three, but I just don't like where she is in the industry now. Just like with all of the goofiness and the
The
shenanigans.
goofiness and the beef, and I could have did without the Megan Thee Stallion stuff. And I love Nicki, and somebody gonna ask me, was I gonna listen to Bigfoot? I wear a size 11 shoe. You think I'm about to listen to Bigfoot? Hell no. Hell the
Well, I don't know. I mean, because
no. No,
I'm
I would not be listening to nothing called Bigfoot. No, I took that very personal, okay?
gonna keep it all the way funky though. I actually have heard that the shows have been pretty good though.
That is the part that I hate
Yeah,
and love about Nikki the most because
yeah. I have
she
heard that
gonna
the shows
always
have been
search.
really good.
Nikki is like what they say, one of the I mean, she ain't no cockroach, but she one of them that she know how to survive no matter what. No
Yeah,
matter
and
what, Nikki gon'
I have always wanted to see her, so I'm debating.
listen, me too. I'm like, I listen, I love Nikki. I grew up on Nikki. When Nikki was coming up in the game was when I was in my, just moving out, just being able old enough to go to the club for real, so I grew with Nikki. So I am her fan base. So it was very hard for me to see. I hate when people and I have to start remembering that too. When we get older, we look at the younger people and look at, oh, what are y'all doing, and this is how you supposed to do it and stuff like that, and people sometimes get bitter when people are coming behind them and they
Yeah.
feel that they feel they're the person as big as they star is getting, your star is dimming, and that's
Mhm.
not always necessarily true. So I really hate that because I hate an old bitter bitch. But
Y'all heard her say that.
I'm not talking about Nikki. I'm talking about in general. I hate an old bitter bitch. I didn't listen.
The only clean
I
is
didn't
this
been
hard
in my
color for you. They good.
I didn't been 20 years old and argue with a 30-year-old. You all bitter bitch. And then I was like, wait a minute. As I start getting older, I said, wait a minute. It's looking familiar. Am I the old bitter bit? But we
Right, right, right.
am I getting old and bitter? So I think we see that happen. Little Kim was mad when Nikki was coming up. This
But
person
then don't
mad
you
when
feel
some
like but don't you feel like she's doing the same shit that she
she's
said that
doing the
women were
exact
doing?
same thing. She's doing the exact same thing. And that's the thing, it's very hypocritical of her.
Yeah, very much so.
Because as much as I mean, Little Kim brought her on to show. It's plenty of performances where they hugged up. She brought her out and showed her love. Nikki not only bit her style so fucking bad, I mean, took a chop out of Little Kim's persona, and then turned around.
Did you say
Yeah, she took a bite.
wow?
Yeah, she bit the heck off her persona. Let's be real. Come on now, let's call it what it's called. The only Barbie I knew. I mean, Little Kim was getting mass produced in the how many licks do you take to it? I mean, do
Right.
you not remember that scene where she was the Barbie? I mean, she was a Barbie. I thought Little Kim was a black Barbie. I didn't, I thought that's what I grew up thinking. So when Nikki came with that, it was like that. I don't know. I am the type of person, I hate when people copy off me. I fucking hate it. I was in high school and I would go to Joanne Fabrics or Pacatans and I would get me a little fake flower. And I would put my flower. I went and I got flowers to match. I got flowers to match every outfit. And one girl asked me, and she said, "Girl, where you be getting all where your flowers from and stuff like that?" I'm like, "Girl, if you go to Pack of Tans and you can get a couple. They only a couple, $1 or two." Next thing you know, the next week, everybody at school wearing got a little flower in their hair, looking like a flying mamacita, and I'm mad. I'm sitting there like, damn, I thought I
You
was the
told them
only
where to
little,
go. Well,
I'm thinking I'm a little Hawaiian or something. I'm a little different,
you told them where
and
to
everybody
go.
start copying. So I did feel some type of way. So I do not discredit Little Kim for feeling how she felt about Nikki.
Right.
But Nikki does it to almost every single female artist that has come behind her or worked with her. I mean, let's go through the list of people she beef with. Cardi B, Lotto, Megan, Little Kim, um, what's her name from City Girls. Um, I mean, it just goes every single girl, female that comes and is doing big things. It's like she's like, oh, I can't let that happen. I can't let like, girl, you got your own. You're an icon in your own right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I hope Nikki can start being a little bit more mature. start acting her age and start being more of a, showing the way to these girls, because she did pave the way. There was no mainstream in her era. There were no mainstream artists doing what she was doing. So yes, thank you, Nicki, because it would not be no Cardi B or nobody without Nicki. But you can't just be going around getting mad at every young artist. Like
Right.
you can't. It's just ridiculous. And I really took to heart what she did to Meg. I do not think that was okay at all. And I identify a lot with Meg. I am a taller girl. I am 5'10". I do got bigger feet. I have been called a stallion. And I think that just because I am that don't mean I'm less of a woman or that's something to make fun of. I
Yeah.
just feel like she went too far. And then to make fun of somebody that has been repeatedly victimized,
Yeah.
it's just like you don't kick nobody while they down. And I
And
feel like it was an easy target for her. I feel like her and Cardi B's beef was simmering down. I feel like she kind of needed something to relaunch her comeback, and it came at Meg's
yeah.
expense.
And I told you the whole, grave thing, like that was bothersome to me.
That
Um,
was so terrible. And you
that just
cannot
was,
there's some things you can't undo.
yeah, that
She
just was
cannot
bothersome.
undo that. So mark my words, one day somebody gonna touch Megan's mom's grave. That grave gonna get touched once the security get a little more lax and to die down. Somebody, because people be still messing with oh my god, I cannot remember old girl's grave. They still be messing with people's graves to this day that have snitched or that have did something wrong, but I think a lot of the hip hop community is so called mad at Meg for snitching, but let somebody shoot you in the foot and see
Right.
how you feel.
I mean,
Right.
that whole thing is just stupid to me. Um, yeah, it sucks.
So what do you think about Meg's comeback? Do you think that it was a strong enough? And keep in mind, this is her independent work. So when she did Cobra and she did what's the other one to Nicki?
Um,
Hiss.
okay, yeah.
So she did Cobra and Hiss, and those were
So
she's self-publishing, she's self-funding, she a lot of these projects were self-funded by her.
yeah,
And as much as I love Meg, I feel like the music didn't hit as good as Nicki's. Like I feel like it was,
I mean, I don't think it hits on the same level. Well, let me take that back. I was gonna say
I
I don't
think
think that it hits on the same level as Nicki, but when I talk about where Nicki's music is hitting, I'm kind of talking about the old Nicki because the you already know the new stuff. I'm not really feeling it like that.
well, I
But
mean, I'm comparing both of their rollouts and both of their recent singles and both of these, because these albums were going head and
kind of
head.
hit it. Yeah,
Yeah. And they both had the diss tracks, they both had singles. And this was supposed to be Nicki, this was Nicki's relaunch of her career. This was her long awaited Pink Friday 2.
yeah.
And
I
then
think that
this was Meg's, getting away from 5001 and
yeah,
Carl Crawford
yeah.
and all that debacle. So this was both a big thing for both of them.
So I'll
Um,
say that I will say that what I did hear from Nicki, like on the new project, like that we can say went up against Megan. I would say that Nicki's definitely hit harder.
mhm.
But I think that for where Meg is, considering the fact that her last few her last few pieces now have been completely independent and she's
Mhm.
self-funded, and I think that she did amazing with it.
Yes.
Especially to be a female in the industry, kind of doing your own thing. And it's a lot
Right.
of people who really counted her out. Like it's a lot of people that counted her out. It's a lot of people still counting her out. And I mean, just look at the deals that she's been able to secure now on her own.
Yeah, she has the Planet Fitness.
Yeah,
She has the Planet Fitness. She has the collaboration with Nike
yeah,
for the hotties hot girl summer
yeah,
clothing line for the
yeah.
summer, the joggers and the bras and stuff like that. So yeah, I think Meg, and she I think, didn't Rock Nation take over her management,
I
or they
thought,
took
I
over
thought so, but I
something?
thought she was already under Rock Nation.
She's under them, I think, for management but not distribution.
Right. But
So they can manage her, they can promote her, but I think that all her music and stuff she's putting out is independent because I think she's scared to sign with anybody for real. I would be.
but honestly, I think it's dope. Like to me, the ultimate goal is, to make and build other streams of income,
Mhm.
outside of the music. So I mean, I think that she did an amazing job, but she's doing good at securing a lot of other deals that's going to make her a lot more money than what the music is. So I
Yeah,
think, I
because
think,
when you're locked up in those distribution deals, you can lose out on a lot because Nicki Minaj is locked out of Universal Music Group still didn't give TikTok the rights to the music.
yeah,
So all Nicki's music she cannot have any TikToks made, which we know TikToks is the
yeah,
main seller
yeah,
of music these days.
yeah,
So Meg doesn't have to worry about that because she doesn't have to worry about a distribution deal. The distribution is through herself.
right,
So definitely you got to think about those things when people, want to be signed or, it's always a catch. And then you might get in a situation like the rapper Sweetie.
yeah.
She's begging for them to give her money. She's begging for them to approve her budget. She's saying she don't feel like they believe in her, so they're not pushing her no more. So
But there's a lot more to being independent and being on your own and doing your own thing than what a lot of people realize. So I think that, in a lot of ways, Meg was ready for that.
yeah. Uh-huh.
I think in a lot of ways she was ready for that, and I think that the average artist is not. There's a
Yes.
lot that goes into it that
Mhm.
a lot of them do not want to do. So,
Over the past couple of years, Meg had put really got her team together, the
yeah,
team. And
and
I
that's
think
and
that
that's really what it's about is having
listen,
the team together.
and like our guest was saying earlier, that's what he was saying. He was trying to get, his team together and get the right people around him. Sometimes that can make all the difference.
It
Um,
does make all the difference because I mean, granted, Beyonce is still signed to a major, but look at the team that she has that like works for her. She announced this project 2 months ago, and 87 million streams, and it ain't been out a week yet.
she's doing crazy numbers.
Like
Beyonce
the
is
top
just
15, 20 of the country music charts right now is all you.
mhm. And the thing is, not only that, the country music industry in itself has boosted so many sales since Beyonce has
Absolutely.
gone country. People are
Absolutely.
loving it.
Absolutely. But to me, it's not even, it's just like she said, it's not even a country album because if you listen to the album, she's talking about the same shit that she
Yeah,
talked
exactly.
about.
Yeah.
She's talking the content is the
The
same.
content is the same.
And,
It's almost like her
and don't get it twisted. It's a bomb album. Like
it's like the Afro Beats album she did. She
it's
just kind of steps in the genre a little bit, but it's still Beyonce, it's still the same thing.
it's a bomb project. Like that what is it? Honey Bucket, sweet honey bucket.
That's
I
your jam.
listen, I don't care who you is, I don't care if you cat, or I don't care if you the thuggest person. I swear, when that come on, you gonna be in the car like,
Getting my two step on, huh?
what's the guy? Who's the guy that was oh, what's the show that he was on? God damn, it'll come to me. It's a. Mm, mm, mm. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you in 1 second because this dude was on. He was on Instagram. He put a post up and he had the song playing in the background. And when it started, you could just. I put a post up. I was like, you could tell he wanted to start twerking. Like, like like it just was like, yeah. I mean, like this album is really good. Like it's really a good album.
Yeah, it's just nice that it's bringing awareness to a lot of Black country artists, and it's bringing
Absolutely.
awareness to a lot of country artists too. And Beyonce's version of Jolene, Dolly Parton is credited as the only writer.
He's the only writer.
So Dolly said thank you Beyonce because she said the money's
Yeah,
rolling in,
yeah, yeah,
and not only that, a lot of Dolly's music is starting to
yeah,
chart.
Yeah,
A lot of Dolly's old classics are starting to pop up on the charts because of
absolutely,
Beyonce. So
absolutely.
a lot of people that especially a lot of the country radios that didn't want to play her and didn't wanted to shut her out of this genre.
Uh-huh.
How do y'all feel now? Because y'all are gaining, so I mean
I mean, the
the
reality is they
interest.
probably still feel the same.
But the thing is, the country music radio stations the listeners have gone up,
Uh-huh.
the streams are going up, the shares are growing up. The fashion, the cowboy gear is in full effect. The Houston rodeo have some of the highest numbers they've ever had in the past year, past couple years because of this. So country music wasn't dying, but it was just kind of like
Yeah.
it was on its last leg, and she breathed some life into y'all. So y'all better say thank you to the queen, okay?
Nah, I think it's dope. Um, like you said, she's shining the light on a lot of black country artists. It's a number of them featured on the project. So I mean, I think that that's really dope. Um, I don't know if you saw like the last couple of days, she's been sending roses to different people. So she sent some to K Michelle, and
I
she
know
sent
she was so happy about
some to,
that.
what's his name, Jack.
Jack Harlow?
No, I was gonna
Oh,
say
I don't know who.
I was gonna say Jack Black. I might be wrong. Either way, she been sending flowers out to a lot of people, just saying, thank you for your inspiration and all of that stuff. And I think it's really really dope. Um, some of the people that she featured on the project, like they had done
Mm.
Instagram posts over the past couple of days, like when the album released or when they was like at a listening party and listening to the song that they were featured on, and it's just dope. Like I mean, she's always been one that shows a lot of love to other artists and people that came before her and her peers and that sort of thing. And then I don't know if you saw she was on the awards the other day, the iHeart Awards,
Hmm.
and she won. And I thought that was pretty dope. I thought her speech was pretty dope, and I think it's a really good project. Yeah, like have you heard any of it?
I just heard the main three that's out. The This Ain't Texas, the Jolene, and the 16 carriages. That's not that right there. That motherfucker,
Yeah.
that got me ready to put my pole back up, baby. I'm
Oh
saying it's
Lord.
got me got cat feeling some type of way, okay?
She not lying to y'all. She had one up.
Well, it's deconstructed right now. It's down right now, so it's going back, y'all.
Well, no, this has been dope though. Look, my picture froze.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I can still hear you though.
I don't know. I'm still moving, but I know.
Well, maybe this is a good time to go and end it on
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I think it's a good time. There I go. Um, Well, listen, this has been dope. Thank you for bringing us up to speed and up to date on the Diddy Watch. I know you're gonna have us together. I know I keep telling everybody we're gonna do some extra lives and
Yeah,
we will
I
get more.
know. I'm gonna just be doing some some pre-recorded videos, just kind of
Yeah,
going over some of the hot topics and definitely going more in depth with the Diddy and just, naming names and who's who and what's what, just so y'all can really know what's going on. So be
let me,
out, looking out for that. Cat
let me
show
get on
will
some of
be.
these recorded videos.
You said what?
Let me get on some of these pre-recorded videos.
Yes, 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 yes. We'll get some pre-reports
I'm
going,
just,
but yeah.
I'm just saying, or let's stream. Let's stream or
Yeah, no,
something.
we can definitely. We could do a stream
My
later this
schedule
week. We could
flex.
listen. We could do a hot topic stream later this week. You know, your
That's what
girl.
I'm saying. My schedule flex. Like I'll be ready. I ain't got I ain't got nobody to watch. Like I'm good. I'm just saying, I ain't got nobody
Mhm.
to watch or nothing. Uh, well,
So
yeah,
yeah,
no, I
we got
think
some
this is dope.
exciting things going on coming up. We got my show coming. We got friends to the show. Darren Fleet will be in Cleveland next week,
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. He'll be here next Thursday,
Thursday.
and then Benji Brown is here all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Really? Oh my God, I
He's,
love him.
he's here Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I probably will be going to that show too.
Oh
So
dang, man.
let me
Yeah.
know.
Okay, but yeah, shout out to friend of the show, Darren Fleet. You know, come to Cleveland, so you guys go
Yeah,
check him out. He's going to be at the Funny Stop on Thursday. And then
or the
Benji
Funny Bone.
Brown. Do you know where Benji Brown's going to be?
It's the Funny Bone, but
I mean, the Funny Bone, the Funny
yeah,
Bone.
and he'll be up there because the Funny Stop is in Akron. But
Yeah, that's why I always listen. I always get them confused. The Funny Bone.
yeah, so he will be at he's Darren Fleet will be at the Funny Bone on next Thursday. That's the 11th, and then or is that the 10th? What's the day?
I thought it was it's the 11th. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be at the Funny Bone. I almost said Funny Stop. He'll be at the Funny Bone on the 11th, and then Benji Brown will be at the Funny Bone on the 12th, 13th, and 14th. So I'll be at both shows. You let me know if I need to get you a Benji Brown take. You know I got you.
Hey.
You know we'll figure it all out. But just let me know. You know if you want to roll with us, and yeah, we're gonna make it an event. Your podcast is coming up.
April 18th.
Yeah, your podcast is coming up. We also have oh Lord, the midday shuffle is gonna be coming. So you know we're working on that. Wasting my brain cells. See? I'm forgetting. I am mad forgetting. But yeah, the look at I almost forgot again. The midday shuffle is gonna be coming up tentatively July, August. So that's happening. That's gonna be the premiere platform on UG Digital Radio. So that is all coming together. We have our cast together, so we'll start getting some promo and stuff out there very soon. Things are actually looking really good. Our cover is finally going to come out within the next week or so. We also have a cover with Josiah and oh Lord, I'm losing my brain cells.
You know, it's getting later and later. You
Yeah,
tired, James.
It ain't even that I'm getting tired. Listen, we got actually quite a few dope covers that are coming up. So just continue to pay attention to us on social media. Definitely on Instagram, we are transcending_TC. You can follow me at Authentically James, and it's the J Spot online. My link tree is actually listed there in the title bar next to my name. So you guys can hit me there. All my links are there. And let's see. It's a whole lot coming. I wish I could just list it all, but it's a whole lot that's going to be coming. So things are actually looking really, really, really good. But I appreciate you guys. I'm glad we got on tonight. That damn Tiffany, she always babysitting. Well, that's
Listen, hey, it's something in the air tonight. These people acting crazy.
listen.
Michaela howling in the moonlight. I just hear her in the background. Woo! Like, girl, come on now. She wait till I get on here and turn into an opera singer. Like, as soon as I go out there, she gonna be quiet as a church mouse. Like, okay,
Crazy
girl.
thing is that
Listen, if you want to be on the show, just say that.
the crazy thing is that ain't nobody heard nothing. You the only one hear it.
I was like,
You the only one hear it. Ain't nobody heard nothing.
Yeah, until she get to coming in here, and she gonna get on camera and start taking over the hot topics.
Yeah, and also follow Tiffany. She's at Tiffany Millirons 7. So that's Tiffany Millirons number 7.
Tiffany Millirons on Facebook, and then I think still Tiffany Millirons 7 on TikTok, but don't quote me on that.
Anybody watching, if there's any publicists watching or any artists watching, or anybody with brands, if you are looking to possibly get on the podcast, you guys can email us transcendingtheculture1@gmail.com. We do check regularly. You can also email our publicity team. That's jrockpublicity@gmail.com. So you can do that also. And
yeah. So my show will be dropping in about 2 weeks. So I'm also looking for, any investors, anyone want to do some advertisement, and I'm also open to any brand contracts. If you have something you want to send in, something you want me to try, definitely you can hit me up at Cat Queen on Instagram.
There you go. So we are signing out, everybody. We're glad that you guys were here with us tonight. sounds like we're gonna be doing a trending topic stream sometime this week, later this week, maybe a couple times this week. I don't know what can't
Yay!
going on, but listen, we could definitely talk about some stuff. I mean, that's listen, stuff be hitting, and I'll be like, God damn,
Gotta
like,
wait till Wednesday, and then by Wednesday I forgot about it. Something else that happened.
yeah. So listen, I'm ready. I'm ready when you are. We ready? We ready? All right, y'all. That's it. I think we out of here. Anything else, Kat?
Nope. Bye, y'all.